I'm sitting in reception because it's quite quiet on a Sunday morning. At least early it is anyway. Bit of a quiet place to share. Some of you wondered why I wasn't sharing anything on Friday and Saturday. That's because I take Friday and Saturday off. I don't do it 7 days a week. Because I have to be realistic. If the health deteriorates, I may not be able to do it at the rate I'm doing it. So my aim is just to try and maintain 5 days a week to share some Bible devotion with you, if I can. But it may get less, who knows. So I'm just waiting for more tests. It's Sunday morning, not a lot will happen. I shall watch our church on live stream in a few moments' time. And tomorrow some more tests, and I may get home perhaps Tuesday, and then they'll work out what they're going to do with me. But it's good to be here. It's good to be able to bless people and minister to people as well. It's good to feel useful. But a lot of the time I'm just sleeping. It's interesting as well how things creep up on you. One of the nurses said she likes working on the elderly ward. So I'm now elderly, officially. So there you go. But I've graduated to the next stage in my aging process. But it's also interesting just to see how some of the old Bible verses kind of come to life. Things that people quote, in prayer meetings, or they quote in letters to you or cards. And as a pastor, of course, you deal with these things all the time and get a little bit over familiar with them. But hope I'm not in the way here. No? Okay. I'm not in your way? No. Okay. You get over familiar with them. You get used to handling holy things and sometimes take them for granted. And it's when you're up against it that they come to life again. These verses which you know so well and which you use rightly and correctly in comforting other people. But, God's Spirit brings them alive to you again when you're in need as well. So this is a very well-known passage from Matthew 11:28-30. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." How familiar that is, and how comforting. Though sometimes it just passes us over because we're too familiar with it. It does say we have to learn from him. It doesn't happen immediately. It doesn't happen, It doesn't happen automatically. It's a process, and people think, it's not working. It takes time to grow into the truth of the word. It takes time to grow into the truth of what Jesus has said. It doesn't happen overnight. And there are moments when there's sudden illuminations, of course, but a lot of it is a process of learning, of becoming, of being transformed, being changed, being sanctified. Christ is forming his life in you. So it's a process of learning. But he says, when you're weary and heavy burdened, you will find rest for your soul. And it is a truth. And I'm really grateful to be finding it true in my own life at this time. It is so easy to take things for granted, and we skip through our Bible reading for the day and think, I've done that, I can tick that off. But sometimes it's important just to let it sink down into us and let it shape us, let it form us, let it change us, transform. And that's the process of learning. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I'll share this on different platforms. And make sure you get to church. Make sure you watch church online if you can't get to church. Okay? God bless you. God be with you. And he is with you to give you rest. Amen.